Good day, everyone. Neophyte DAG bringing you an urgent message. And this message is going to focus on the main reasons why people are taking the vaccine. In looking at the reasons, I break it down into a simple math. F plus U plus L leads to V. V meaning vaccine. And let's find out what my equation is talking about. F, the main reason is fear. No matter which way they slice it, it always comes back to fear. Fear of your own, fear someone else gave you, fear you have adopted, all types of different fear. But it always leads back to a decision made based on fear. But we did not get fear on our own. We learned it, or it was given to us over time. And the reason why I can say that is, let's look at 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, meaning a mind to think. But we have given up that sound mind, and that's demonstrated in Hebrews 2 verse 15. And the Most High is going to have to come back and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. So that's the fear that we have taken on, mainly the fear of death. And throughout our entire lifetime, we're held in bondage because we took on that fear. But it was not given to us by the Most High. What was given to us? The power to think and to create. And all of this is based on love and a sound mind, creating positive things. That's what our sound mind gives us, to create these things. But we moved away from that, and we're taking on fear, especially the fear of death. And it leads us into making unsound decisions. Let's talk about you. You is unbelief in the ways of the Most High. Did not give us fear. We took that on. So that's not his way. But there are other ways that we have taken on, which goes outside of the way of the Most High. Let's talk about it in Job 21, verse 14. They say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy way. We don't want the knowledge that's given to us by others now that goes against what mainstream is saying. And what's the Most High way? Ezekiel 47, verse 12. It's talking about the trees, the vegetables, the fruits that's given to us. It's all around us. The natural ones, not the man-made ones, the ones without seeds, but the natural ones. They shall grow all trees for meat. That's what the trees are. And the fruits of the trees shall be for meat. And if you look down below, and the leaf thereof for medicine. So the natural trees given to us by the Most High shall be our medicine. Nowhere in this it says vaccine is your medicine. The leaf of these trees shall be your medicine. We've moved away again from that way of the Most High, that we should medicate our body with natural leaves from trees that the Most High have given us. We got to go back to the herbs in order to cure ourselves of any virus, infection, disease, or whatever man try to create. This is the instruction given to us by the Most High, Ezekiel 47:12. It's also in Revelation 22, verse 2, that the trees shall be for the healing of the nation. But we've moved away from that. More instructions given to us where we're moving away from things that the Most High has presented to us. Let's look at 2 Esdras chapter 7. We'll read from verse 23. 21, 22 you can read on your own. They even declare that the Most High does not exist, and they ignored his way, his laws, his statutes, his instructions. We're ignoring it right now, and we're attaching ourselves to man's. You have to take this, you have to take this, you have to take the medicine, you have to take this. We're told our medicine is the leaves That shall be our medicine. Always remember Ezekiel 47:12. Let's look at 2 Ezra 15, verse 3. Do not fear the plots against you, and do not be troubled by the unbelief of those who oppose you. That's why I'm saying things I can say now, because I don't fear any plot that whomever is trying to do to get you to vaccinate yourself and go against the ways of the Most High. And I'm not troubled by those who do not believe me. I leave them alone. I just give you the information. You have to dissect it on your own. And I'm going to jump you back to 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 24. They scorned the Most High's laws, his 12 laws and 2 statutes, denied the agreement that he has made with us, the children of Israel. We have denied that agreement that he has made, and they have been unfaithful to his statute. They don't believe the word that he's saying, and they have not performed his ways. Prophecy already knew that we were going to do these things, but now I'm trying to alert you to those decisions before you make wrong decisions and cannot redeem yourself out of your errors that you have made. L, the first L, is for lack of knowledge. You don't have the knowledge and you're not seeking the knowledge, and therefore without proper knowledge you're going to make the wrong decisions. That's pointed out to us in Hosea 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because they have rejected knowledge, I also reject them. You don't move towards the knowledge that the Most High has given you, so he's going to move away from you. How much more can he push it on you before you say, hey, listen, I need to go find out what am I being told to inject in my body? Once it get into my body, and if it's not compatible with me, how can I get it out? Can I get it out? You cannot. So you got to get the knowledge first before you make decisions. You can't make decisions based on fear. It will clog your decision, and you'll always make a bad decision based on fear and misinformation. Isaiah 5 verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge. Lack of knowledge. That's always going to get you into trouble. You have to seek knowledge about whatever it is you have to make important decisions on, and not do it based on fear, but based on your own research. And if you can't find the research, go within and seek that message, that intuitive message from the Most High, because that's your connection to the Most High, your intuition. The last L is for lies. Lots of lies being told. It's coming from all different sources. You have to know that you're being lied to. No one is going to tell you the truth unless you seek that truth yourself. And you've been warned about those lies. And I'm here to now point it out to you. Revelation 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. Earth is always America. So the American leadership, those who are behind it, which is the Christian church, will help to deceive them that dwell in America by means of laws and science not understood. That's miracle. That's the miracle drug that you're getting now. It's not a medicine. It's just laws and science, natural laws and science that's not understood by you, that's being used against you. That's what's that telling you. And we'll talk about 2 Ezra 11, verse 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts. When you see beasts, it's a nation. And the reason why I'm pointing this out to you, I'm trying to tell you who's now running your nation, because someone is going to run your nation behind the scenes. So the Roman Republic, the Catholic Church, came forth and overcame all other nations and had the power over the world with great fearfulness. That's where your fear is coming from. The Christianity creates your fear. And that fear is going to encompass the entire America with much wickedness and oppression. It's telling you this. And so a long time dwelt this control over America with lies and dishonesty. That's where deceit comes in. So I'm telling you, you're being lied to. There's someone who has set up this structure of lies to keep you in fearfulness so you can make bad decisions. Let's read 2 Ezra 11, verse 41. For the America has the Roman Catholic leadership that's in America in secret has not judged with truth. They have not governed, they have not ruled with truth. They have ruled with lies. So at this point in time, you're not going to get truth. You have been getting lies, and there's no point in time in which you're going to get truth until you start cleaving, you start holding on to the message of the Most High that he has put in scriptures, and that a lot of his messengers now who are being raised up is here to tell you. So the last one is lies, lies, lies that's being told to you. Now here's my message to you. Do not allow yourself to be a victim of fear, unbelief, lack of knowledge, lies that will lead you into taking a vaccine you know nothing about. You have to equip yourself with the knowledge of yourself, the knowledge of the Most High, and the knowledge of what decision the Most High wants you to make at this time, not what man wants you to make. You have to decide, but make sure you equip yourself with the right knowledge before you make choices. There are 5 things that you must know to figure out why things are happening now, all the things that are going on around you, all the chaos, all the rush for people to make decisions without choices. These are the things. The time when the foolish speak and the wise stay quiet has ended. There's a spiritual energy that was released in 2017. And the more people that can be pushed into making bad choices, then that spiritual energy won't reach them. That's why the sudden rush to get people to make choices before they start coming into this energy that is coming to them. The second one, the time when the ungodly and the wicked and the weak rule over the righteous and the strong, that also has ended in 2017 when that spiritual energy was released. They're not going to rule anymore, and they're trying to hold on to that rule. The righteous, meaning the people who want to do things rightly, the way the Most High want them to do it, the real strong people, they're coming into existence now. And the wicked, the ungodly, the heathens don't want that to happen. They want to hold on to that power. That's not going to happen as well. The time when lies become truth and truth became lie has also ended. We're moving back into truth and knowledge. It's running in abundance now. Many people are getting intuitive truth, and that cannot be stopped with the Spirit being released in 2017. The time when Esau, Gentile, Japhet, Eve, I'm talking about the same race of people that are currently ruling the earth, their time to afflict Jacob, Israel, Shem, Adam has ended in 2013. Looking from it from a spiritual standpoint, 2019, if you're looking at it from a physical standpoint. But the ruling class now, which are of Caucasian complexion, they're ruling the folks who are of dark skin complexion. That is over as of 2013. The ruling class, the Caucasians, are on borrowed time at this point. And that time is gradually withering away. But that ended in 2013, 2019. If you're looking at it from a physical standpoint, that's why in 2020, all hell broke loose. Which brings me to the fifth and final one. This is most important for those who are now in America. The time of that nation of the eagles will I judge has started in 2013. If you're looking at it from a spiritual, a biblical standpoint, 2019. If you're looking at it from a physical standpoint, that nation will I judge. That nation is going through its judgment now. And part of its judgment, it wants to bring in as much people to perish with it by giving them bad choices, bad medication that will prevent them from moving into that spiritual kingdom, that spiritual emanation that's coming towards them. So if you set up that cause of fear, unbelief, lack of knowledge, and letting lies make you make your decision of taking a vaccine, you're going to have to deal with the effects of it. Every cause you set up, there's an effect. You cannot have one without the other. No one gets out of that divine law. Here is the effects that I want to point out to you that you're going to have to deal with. Revelation 16, verse 2. And the first angel went out and poured out his vial upon America, earth. And there fell noisome, meaning harmful and noxious, and grievous, meaning severe and painful sores, mental unbalance, upon the men and women, which had the mark, the vaccine, the attachment of the beast. The beast is Eve, Gentile, Esau, serpent, the eagle, the dragon, the Vatican, upon them which worship the image, which is the white Jesus. So all those who believe in Christianity, of the Roman Catholic, of the Catholic belief, whether you think you're not part of it, you are, or the origination, especially of the English Christianity, originated from the Roman Catholic Christian religion. So these are the things that's going to come upon you. These are the effects that's going to have to be dealt with. Noisome and grievous sores upon those who attach themselves to that system or take their vaccine as a means of attaching themselves to, I'll be safe under your system if I take your vaccination. This is what's going to come to you. There's no way around that. If you look at 2 Ezra 15, verse 3, it says again, we're talking about fear. Do not fear the plot against you, and do not be troubled by unbelief of those who do not believe you or oppose you. 2 Ezra 15, verse 4, for every unbeliever shall die in his or her unbelief. If you don't believe and you're going to do things out of fear and out of pressure from the fear that's coming from other systems, from other dominant forces within that system, 2 Ezra 15, verse 4, shall certainly come to you. For every unbeliever shall die in his or her unbelief. Let's look at some more. I'm not done with the effects. You're going to have to deal with the effect of the cause you set up. Revelation 20, verse 6. Blessed and the holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. That first resurrection, as I pointed out in 2017, where that spirit start to emanate, and those who hold on to that spirit and start to see things differently and make spiritual choices, on such the second death has no power. That's why most of us who have harnessed that energy that's emanating in 2017 and onward, the system has no power over us, cannot influence us to make decisions that we don't want to make. The fear, the unbelief, the lack of knowledge, the lies cannot force us to make decisions. But we shall be the priest of the Most High and of Christ, and shall reign with him for the next 1,000 years of life that's coming to us. And that's what They are trying to prevent you from being part of this 1,000 years of life. I won't get too much into that, but what I want you to make note of is the second death that's mentioned in Revelation 20, verse 6. That's the piece I want you to note out of that, because it's going to be explained to you in Revelation 21, verse 8. But the fearful and the unbelieving and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. But the second death, that's where you are spiritually dead now. If that energy hasn't reached you as of 2017, you were spiritually dead. 2017 was to have you go through the resurrection, getting back your spiritual nature. But if you haven't gotten that, you're now going to go through a second death that is of a physical death and another further spiritual death. The fearful, the unbelieving, and all liars shall have their part in the lake, which is the second death. That's the effect that's coming to anyone who allow fear, unbelief, and lies and lack of knowledge to dictate their decision at this time. This is a critical time. That's why you see all these things are happening around you. Don't be part of that second death. You're already dead now, or were dead as part of the first, meaning all the spiritual energy was taken from you by the Roman Catholic Empire through fear and lies. But now this is your chance to break free of that fear, the lies, by getting rid of your unbelief and getting knowledge, so you can make right decisions and not be part of that second death. So let's redo the math that you will be a part of if you allow fear, unbelief, lack of knowledge, and lies to lead you to death, which is that death is the second spiritual death, which is also and most inevitably going to be a physical death as well. You don't want to be a part of that. So get rid of your fear, get rid of your unbelief, and start believing in the word of the Most High. Gain knowledge, get out of your lack of knowledge, and do not allow yourself to be influenced by lies without you checking it out for yourself, getting the knowledge for yourself, believing in the word of the Most High that will lead you back to the truth, and totally getting rid of fear. The Most High did not give you fear. Someone else gave you that. I'll bring this message to a close, and I want to leave with you that do not be part of that second death that's everyone now around you want you to be a part of, because they don't want you to move into your spiritual power, your spiritual love, and your spiritual sound mind that was given to you by the Most High. Stand strong, be strong, and stay strong.